because it's fat soluble, so it's not water soluble. So if it's not water soluble, it is hydrophobic, right? And because it's hydrophobic, we have to have a lipoprotein to carry it through the plasma. And so your lipoproteins have all of these sort of triglycerides and cholesterol and phospholipid stuck to them. So let me show you what a lipoprotein looks like. Here's a lipoprotein. Excuse me. If you look at the surface area, it's made of phospholipids. The dark little guys are cholesterol string in there, so cholesterol is carried on these guys. And then you have apolipoproteins. And then inside, you have triglycerides and cholesterol esters. And so these lipoproteins have either a lot of lipids or a lot of protein, depending on what kind they are, okay? So you've heard the term of low-density lipoproteins, you've heard the term of high-density lipoproteins. What the heck does it mean, okay? Think about it. Let's say I have a globular protein made up of mostly fat, and then I have a globular protein made up of mostly protein, and I drop them in water. Which one is gonna drop faster?
The
fat or
protein?
The protein, because it's
More
lighter,
condensed. It's heavier.
It's heavier, so it's more dense, right? So the high density lipoproteins have a lot of protein, not much fat, right? Okay. So those are the good ones, exactly. Have a lot of protein, so they're gonna scavenge for cholesterol and fat. What happens when you put the fat into the water?
Float.
It floats, so it's low density, okay? The more fat and cholesterol you have in a lipoprotein, the less dense it is. The more protein you have, the more dense it is. How does this work? You eat something. It goes from your small intestine to your liver. So the fats are carried on a lipoprotein, but it's called a very low density lipoprotein because it's laden with fat and cholesterol. It goes to the liver, drops off the fat and cholesterol at the liver, and then it becomes a low density lipoprotein. It's gonna get dumped into your circulation. And then your cells are gonna take whatever they need. When it comes back from the cells, because you've already dumped off the fat and the cholesterol, it's now a high density lipoprotein. So low density is going to the tissues, high density is coming away from the tissues back to the liver. It's like a shuttle system, if you will. But you can't measure one or the other, so you just take a sample of blood and look at the ratio. So the LDL to HDL ratio is an index of the rate that cholesterol leaves the cells and to the liver. A low ratio is good, indicating there's less cholesterol in the bloodstream. I want you to know these numbers. So your total cholesterol should be less than 200 milligrams per 100 mils of plasma. Your HDL should be greater than 60 milligrams per 100 mils of plasma, and LDL should be below 100. So good cholesterol should be higher than 60, bad cholesterol should be lower than 100. And then triglycerides, you should have less than 150 milligrams floating around in your plasma. What if I wanted to increase HDL? What could I do? Is that good cholesterol or bad cholesterol? Good. It's a heavier molecule. It's going to scavenge for cholesterol, right? And so, could I eat Cheerios? Could I eat soluble fiber like oat bran and whatnot?
Isn't that supposed to lower your cholesterol?
Yeah, it is. It's supposed to lower your cholesterol and help with high density lipoproteins. What if my LDL was too high? What could I do? Yeah, eat less fats, right? So eat less animal meat, eat less fats. Perfect. Way back in the day, I used to work at the plasma donation centers. and people would come in and donate their plasma. And this was a college town, and so you could always tell if somebody went out the night before and drank and ate like crappy food, because instead of their plasma being this golden clear color, it would be golden, but it'd be all milky, because it had so many fats in the plasma. And so I'm like, oh, I always wanted to do, like, I think it'd be cool to do a study to see if that would be a way of regulating your fats in your plasma. So hook them up to a plasma machine and see if they donate their plasma, if it decreases their fat level in their body, if they do it on a regular basis. So it's pretty funny. Like, oh, you went out and ate some crappy food last night, huh? I can tell. Okay, proteins are the most abundant. So proteins, your cells are made up of primarily proteins. But why don't we use them first for fuel if we have so many of them?
Because we use our lipids first, right? Or like fats because they're easier to digest than the protein?
Kind of. They are a little bit easier to digest, but are the proteins just laying around in your cells, or are they functional? Are they doing stuff? They're doing stuff. And so are we gonna break them down if they're doing stuff? No. Okay, and so our proteins have 7 different functions. They're gonna support our body, they help move, help transport stuff, help regulate pH. They go through, they help with metabolism, so enzymes are proteins. You have protein hormones that coordinate and control body metabolism and whatnot, and antibodies that control defense. And so we have a lot of proteins in our body, guys. Our body is made up of primarily proteins and water. But we don't use proteins as a first or second choice for fuel, because the proteins are doing all these important functions. Okay? And so we're gonna save them for last. What if we're not getting enough proteins? So let's say I am a pubescent girl going through puberty and I'm starving myself. Or let's say I am a geriatric patient who has a feeding tube and I'm not getting enough protein. What am I not gonna be able to do on that list if I don't have enough protein?
Move?
Yeah, right? Hormones. Hormones are huge. If you don't have enough proteins, you're not gonna make enough protein hormones. So you're not gonna be able to go through metabolism. What about defense? What about antibodies? If I'm not getting enough protein, am I gonna be able to make enough antibodies? So am I more likely to get sick? Yes. Okay, so it's really important. You've gotta make sure that you have enough protein. We're gonna do a nutrition assignment. We'll talk about that in lab, but we're gonna do a nutrition assignment, and you guys will learn that you need about 25% proteins a day, just for basic metabolism. If you're not getting, well, especially like for geriatric patients, if you have cellulitis or if you're trying to heal wounds, you need more proteins to heal the skin and to make new skin. And so they're considered protein deficient. And so when you're trying to heal wounds, you need more proteins. Like I broke my foot once, and so before I went into surgery, I ate really good, and I ate excess protein so that my body could pull the protein to help heal my wounds. Okay, they're composed of amino acids. So there's 20 different amino acids. Most of them can be synthesized by the body. Some of them can't though. So the ones that can't, again, are essential. So the ones that we have to get from the outside source are essential. These are essential amino acids. So what I'm trying to tell you is, out of all the proteins in your body, they're made up of 20 amino acids in different configurations. Some of those proteins in your body are like 100 to 200 amino acids. Some of them are thousands of amino acids long. Okay, and some of them are globular proteins like hemoglobin. Some of them are linear proteins, or really strong proteins like keratin. But the amino acids that you can't make, they're called essential amino acids. When you are eating stuff, you may hear that, oh, well, this is a complete protein, because it has all the essential amino acids in it. A complete protein is really important. When you're eating meat, you're getting complete proteins in that meat, okay? But when you go to a vegan diet, because you're not eating animal products, you have to make sure that you're eating complementary foods so that you're getting all of the essential amino acids that you need, right? A complete protein has the essential amino acids in it, all of those essential amino acids in it. An example of a complete protein would be quinoa. Quinoa is a complete protein. And so I think that's really interesting. It has all of the essential amino acids in it. And so when we look at amino acids, here's the non-polar ones. And you don't have to know that, okay, you don't have to memorize all the 20 amino acids and which ones are non-polar, which ones are polar, et cetera, et cetera. But just be aware that you have amino acids, some of them are non-polar, some of them are negatively charged, some of them are positively charged, and some of them are polar, slightly charged. The ones in yellow are your essential amino acids. What does that mean?
Do you have to get them from your diet?
You have to get them from your diet or an outside source, okay? And if I'm eating a complete protein, the complete protein has all of the yellow ones found within it. Not all veggies or not all beans have all of the yellow guys in them, okay? So they're not complete proteins. A lot of indigenous cultures have been doing this for centuries and you don't even realize it. Like when you think of beans and, what do you think of goes with beans? Rice. Why do you think beans and rice go together? It's just the way it is. Yeah, right? It's a complete protein.